Ameer, you're coming into, a couple seasons into it up here. What's going to make you be an impact player this fall?
I say as far as just helping my team out the best way I can, being able to hone in on my technique and just being that old guy that can, the young players can lean on, ask for help, and just be there when they need me.
Yeah, hey Ameer, can you talk a little bit about some of the attributes you bring and what are the areas you think you've got to work on to win one of those jobs?
Attribute-wise, I feel like I bring good length and good speed to this defense, and also I feel like I know the scheme very well, so those things can help me out in my game.
Let's go to Dash and then Seth.
Hey, Ameer, good to see you. I mean, you've been here a long time, obviously. Now, you just kind of talk about what the wait has been like. Biding your time, competing, waiting for this time this year, this opportunity this year. I guess I should say to finally have a chance. What has that been like? Showing the patience, I guess, that you've obviously had to do.
Well, I'm blessed to be here. God's timing is different for everybody else, so I'm just here working, getting better, just waiting for that right moment to be able to step up and take my role.
Ameer, on that vein, what is it like waiting? Do you hear from people back home? Do you debate putting your name in the portal? And what is it like now, having gotten to this point and showed patience, and it looks like it's paying off?
Well, I love my teammates. I love the University of Georgia. Pretty much everything that's here. That's one of the reasons why I'm still here today. So just realizing, understanding my situations, just knowing that God's timing is different for everybody else. Just kept me real patient and humble throughout my experiences.
Go to Jed and then Chip.
Hi, Ameer. I wanted to ask you about Coach Muschamp. Just what is he like, working with the defense, and how do he and Coach Smart interact on the field?
Coach Muschamp's a really good dude. He's been helping all the young guys out a lot, drilling the scheme into us and make sure that we all know what's going on. Not as far as just football-wise, but just the little stuff, that kind of adds up to help you improve your game, be better at what we do. But he's been a good dude. Him and Coach Smart are real cool. It's good to have them both out there. It's just like, I don't know, both of those two heads together, they help you out a lot.
Yeah, Ameer, you alluded to this earlier when you were asked about what you bring to the position. You said a lot of height and length. That's what's always set you apart. You're a really tall, long guy, yet you've stuck at cornerback all this time. And as far as I know, hadn't been given looks at outside linebacker or safety. Tell me about playing cornerback at your size, and is that something that you're really kind of motivated to prove you can do? Because there's nowhere to hide at that position.
Yeah, so I'm actually motivated to just show that even though I'm 6'3", that I can do the same thing everybody else is doing. But I want to know the whole secondary. I want to be able to do it all. So anything that's secondary, I've been kind of lately drilling in, just learning all the positions, because I know learning everything else will help me out in my corner position to be able to just be better at my game.
Let's go to Jake and then Mark.
Ameer, outside of, I guess it was a wrist injury or an arm injury your sophomore year when you redshirted, and then, being behind guys like Eric Stokes and DeAndre Baker and Tyson Campbell, what's kind of stood in the way to this point? What's kind of been the obstacle between you and the field? And do you think that's something you can clear, between now and the start of the season?
How I see everything, guys, is, everything happens for a reason. I can't speak with anybody else's blessing. They were there. They took advantage of opportunities, and they did very good at what they did. So I've just been here learning and just waiting for my time.
Ameer, I know you hope to get on the field more this season. Up to now, what would you say is the most memorable play you've been a part of at Georgia? What's your best memory overall just during your 4 seasons?
Most memorable play. Most memorable play. I say the Cincinnati game was pretty fun. Being in on them dime rabbits and them third down calls, it was just pretty fun to be out there with the guys. And then for that last game-winning field goal, it was ecstatic. But really being here, there's been a lot of good experiences being part of this team, coming from Rose Bowl to national championship. It's just I've seen a lot of good things, so I hope we can do a lot of great things this year too.
Let's go to Palmer and then Matthew.
Yeah, Ameer, you mentioned that Cincinnati game. How much do you think the playing experience you got in that it can, help you this spring and, headed into this fall where you can take on a bigger role?
I think any playing experience will help. That game definitely allowed me to get my feet wet and, just to get a feel for things. So I feel like those things will be able to carry into the spring and also into the fall.
Hey, Ameer.
Just want to know, what are some of your initial impressions of Coach Adai? What do you think he's going to bring to this defense, and how do you think your experience and his are going to help some of these younger defensive backs? Coach Adai, he's a real good dude. I love his energy, and he just hones in on the technique and the little things, and kind of helps us master what we do and just how to really be a lead at what we do. So he's a really good dude. And I think we're going to do really good. We're going to do really good, really well with him.
All right, gang, forgive me. I wanted to do this all night. Let's go to Connor and then McGregor.
Hey, Ameer, you mentioned wanting to help out some of those young guys. How have Keely Ringo and Nyland Green looked so far this camp?
They've been doing good. All our young guys are learning. They're getting better day by day, focusing on their technique, playbook, just trying to be the best we can be, because we have some gaps to fill all across the secondary, so we're going to need young players to step up.
Hey, Ameer, I was just wondering, with many previous defensive backs moving on from Georgia, have you noticed any significant shifts in leadership at the defensive back position?
Yes, sir. It's always the old guys. There's always been the leaders in the room, but being here from Baker and Dom and AD and all those guys, and to Tyreek, just shifted over and over and over, just to see as time go on, and seeing myself as well, going from young guy to being older, like the leadership, those roles have changed over the years.
Ameer, thank you for your time, and have a good rest of your night.